People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, I've seen Paul Lambert's been given a new job at Ipswich, and I thought, with it being Black History Month, I know it's almost finished, or whatever feelings you have about the month. I thought I could reiterate a previous point that I meant. Now, before I go on, those of you that are on nonsense, please look away. I'm not getting at Paul Lambert individually, saying it's his fault or the owners or anything. I'm just going at the paradox in football. Paul Lambert, now no disrespect to him, I mean he's won the Champions League as a player. He's a manager at the end of the day, so it doesn't matter if you necessarily rate him or not. He's clearly got a lot of knowledge. But what has he done within the last 10 years? He's just been floating within the game. He hasn't won anything. He hasn't saved anyone from any real promotion. He hasn't done anything of note, and yet you keep seeing the likes of him constantly slide into jobs. Obviously the old boys network and football is what it is, but he's at Ipswich now, and yeah, you just look at it. Look, when he was at Norwich, he took what's he done since Norwich? Nothing. I mean, he took Blackburn to 15th, 16th, and kept them up. Mixed spell at Stoke. It would always be difficult keeping them in. And Villa was mixed, so there's not really any credentials. And why I use him to reiterate the point is because when you normally mention ethnic minority managers or the lack of them in the game, people constantly say, oh, they don't want to do it, or this and that, or they're not on it. This is what I mean by that. It feels like for a black or BAME individual to blow in this football space, it feels the term you have to be twice as good is really true, because it's almost like you have to be Pep Guardiola. I'm not advocating mediocrity. I'm not saying you should be given a job for what it is, but what I'm saying is the sheer talent pool. For every Eddie Howe, Sean Dyche, Southgate, players, managers, whatever you think about them, people that have relatively in high regards and doing decent success at wherever club they're at, and people beyond that. I was gonna say Pep, but he's not exactly English, so I don't want to use him when I'm speaking about the Premier League or the English game in particular. But you get the point. It feels for every one of them, you've got the likes of Glenn Roeder, Alan Pardew, these sort of Paul Lambert, the people that at lower levels, Martin Allen, who constantly leaves Barnet and joins again. Dinosaurs within the game, mediocre dinosaurs. This is what I mean by the sheer talent pool. Look at the sheer talent pool, and that is what I mean one day when I say, that is for me anyways, when I see the sheer talent pool of ethnic minority managers getting through and given chances, then I will concede victory, because the talent pool is not big enough. Not every black manager is going to be Pep Guardiola. Some are going to be like Paul Ince. Like that's what you constantly hear as well. Oh, they're not good enough. You look at Paul Ince and things like that. Yeah, there's Paul Ince, but excluding the likes of Paul Ince, no disrespect to you, he was a rubbish manager, to put it nicely, in John Barnes. Can you name 10, 20 other managers? You can do it for the counterparts. You can say, okay, Lambert's rubbish, but you got Lampard doing all right. You got Gerrard. You've got all of these other managers. Until the sheer pull of talent or availability is there, then I think we've got a long way to go. And even today, I should make another vid, but I'm not really feeling it. I was watching Sunday Supplement. Obviously, guys, you know me. When it comes to football and things like that, you know me. You lot say I have a different, diverse talents. I could go into anything. So when I'm looking at the Sunday Supplement of, in their own right, respective journalists that have been at it for the game, but subconsciously, I look around and I don't see any faces that look like mine. And I'm big on that. I'm not saying everybody has to look like me, but that young guy with just that needs a bit of inspiration. I mean, I see footballers, but I don't see journalists. I don't really see physios. Obviously, they're about, but they're not as widespread. You can name 50 black players. You'll struggle for 10 black managers. You'll even struggle to name 5 physios or locate them 5 physios at whatever club, media people, etc., etc. Until we can kind of get at the dynamics in play, then I'm very pessimistic. And to be honest, it's never going to change. It's the old boys club. I mean, away from minorities and ethnicity and things like that, just looking at managers for just managers, the old boys club, Martin Allen, Paul Lambert. I don't want to put my guy Mick McCarthy, because I think he's a good manager, but these typical managers that, despite being below par, despite never winning anything or achieving any, I don't want to attribute trophies to a success, but doing good at their jobs, they constantly leave one role and find another. It's the old boys club at work. And this is why England have a long way before you see the likes of what Germany doing with their coaches and things like that. But I've got nothing more to say on that, man. Until the sheer talent pool is available, then it is what it is, man. And for now, at least, people, DG, let me get out of your hair. Thank you for watching and rocking, man. And yeah, it means a lot.